Sheeta wanted to make out with Elizabeth.
Range Wilson.
As the year 2007 wound down, I was starting to get a little worried. My poker bankroll had been seriously depleted, and I was once again in danger of going busto. But as 2007 gave way to 2008, I finally got some good luck at the poker tables. Then the Super Bowl rolled around, and I watched my favorite sports team, the New York Giants, pull off a miracle victory. Afterwards, I went out to celebrate, wondering if my good luck would continue. I started the evening at the area's best sushi bar. As I dug into my first serving, a smoking hot 5'11" blonde walked in the door. She took the seat right next to me, and naturally enough, I struck up a conversation with her. I soon found out her name was Elizabeth. She had been born in Denmark, and she really liked tall guys. Apparently, Denmark is full of tall people. Who knew? In any case, her boyfriend's name was Robert, and he was also tall. As I was chatting with Elizabeth, Robert was chatting with the hottie next to him, whose name was Sheeta. Once we all got to talking, I found out Sheeta was distraught because her relationship with some Wall Street guy was falling apart. The sushi bar was closing down, but we all decided that Sheeta needed further consoling, so we headed to the BREW pub next door. Robert and Sheeta ended up deep in conversation again, so I had no choice but to keep Elizabeth company. I soon found out that she was a former exotic dancer who enjoyed posing naked for photos. That meant I definitely wanted to get to know Elizabeth better, and it did not take long before we were making out. As for Robert, he was not concerned about Elizabeth because he was making out with Sheeta. But we ended up getting interrupted anyway because Sheeta wanted to make out with Elizabeth. I was more than happy to loan her my spot. After the two young ladies made out for a while, Sheeta decided it was time for her to leave. Robert graciously offered to walk her to her car. In the meantime, Elizabeth and I started making out again. But after 15 minutes had passed, with no sign of Robert, Elizabeth decided she had to go find him. So I went outside with Elizabeth, where it turned out Robert and Sheeta were getting very friendly with each other. I won't go into details, but I figured if Robert and Sheeta were doing a certain activity, it would be okay if Elizabeth and myself did the same activity. That way, Robert could not really complain. In any case, Sheeta eventually decided she wanted more privacy and led Robert around the corner of the brew pub. In the meantime, Elizabeth and I cooled things down and got to talking. She told me she had a $30 million trust fund that she would receive as soon as she got married. Robert did not know about it because even though they had been together for 10 years, she knew she never wanted to marry him, so she never brought it up. Now she was ready to leave Robert, find a new man, get married, and have kids. Now I wasn't sure whether to actually believe Elizabeth, but I could certainly imagine worse fates than being married to a smoking hot ex-stripper worth $30 million. So I gave her my phone number and told her to call me if she wanted to explore the idea further. In the meantime, Sheeta and Robert returned from around the corner, and we all decided it was finally time to end the party. But before Sheeta left, she wanted some photos to send to her Wall Street soon-to-be ex-boyfriend. She handed her phone to Robert, who would be the photographer. Then she took off her sweater, leaving herself in nothing but a bra above the waist. She plumped up her chest, then asked Elizabeth to grope her as they kissed for the camera. Finally, Sheeta put her sweater back on, reclaimed her phone from Robert, and we all headed over to our cars. As Elizabeth and Robert drove off, Sheeta and I got to talking. She told me about her upbringing in Iran and expressed some concern because she had just made out with a woman for the first time. I wanted to show Sheeta that I still respected her, so I made out with her for a while myself. Finally, Sheeta decided it was time to end the festivities. She gave me her number, got into her car, and drove away. Tune in next time to find out if I would spend Valentine's Day with Elizabeth, Sheeta, or someone else entirely. Until then, regular viewers, please like, comment, and/or share. New viewers, please click the icon to subscribe, the playlist to catch up on my life videos, or watch a video that YouTube has picked for you personally. My name is Range Wilson, and I'll see you next time.